Hello everyone, welcome back to Together Goes To. It's me again, Izai, and I'm here for another weekend reflection. As you know, on the weekends we try to post a reflection about our life in general, about our travels, living in a foreign country, and just, some general thoughts over the week that has been circulating maybe in our minds, and we just hope that somebody out there needs to hear what we have to say, and maybe you can help us reach them. So remember, if you are new to our channel, this is Together Goes To. I am one of the two who runs this channel, the second one being of course my husband, and I am tasked to be the one to deliver your weekend reflections. So today I'm gonna talk about a tribute, I guess, to a lot of people who are doing work in the fields of coaching or mentoring and just generally helping people, in their life's journeys. So here we go. Let me start by saying I am a fan of fairy tales. The settings are fantastical, filled with magic and wonder. The heroes are always clear of what they need to do, whether it was slay a dragon, finding special mystery items, or break a curse. And the villains, they were always in black and white, like Scar from The Lion King or Ursula from The Little Mermaid. And get this, the evil queen and Snow White. I mean, can it get any clearer than that on who the villain was? Now you might be wondering why I'm talking about fairy tales. Thinking about it now, I just thought would be really interesting to think of what could happen if all of these heroes in these fairy tales had one simple item that could have saved them the trouble, the drama, the stress that they had to go through in all of these stories. And no, I'm not talking about a genie in a lamp or a magic wand or a fairy godmother, because let's face it, a lot of those stories already have these. What I'm trying to talk about is the Hample lantern. That's right, a lantern. Don't believe me? Well then, imagine for example Red Riding Hood. She approaches her grandma's bed and she says, "Oh, what big ears you have, Grandma." Well, guess what? That's because it's dark, sweetheart. Shine a lantern on the guy and discover, wait, that's not my grandma, that's a big bad wolf. Another example, how about Prince Charming? Imagine him not having to go through the whole kingdom looking for who owns the slipper, because a lantern in the dance would have allowed him to see clearly what Cinderella looked like and easily identify her. And how about Sleeping Beauty? Well, how can she prick her finger on a spindle if it was bright? With a lantern, she could have even thread that needle, and that would be that. No 100 years of sleeping. Maybe she would have even spent her time embroidering nice dresses. So again, what am I doing here talking about fairy tales? Well, because that for me, that is what a great mentor or coach does. Shine the light and be that lantern in the dark. I remember so many of my journeys in life where I've been in the dark a lot of times. For example, being terrified of speaking in front of an audience, especially if it was an audience of strangers. It wasn't until a trusted coach or mentor shed the light that I could actually be good at it. And well, needless to say, my livelihood is talking to a bunch of them. I remember struggling through writing as well. where I always thought that the dark kept swallowing my thoughts. And a good mentor told me, Nettie, great speeches aren't written, they are rewritten. And that, among other things, have taught me the beauty of editing, going through my work over and over again until I thought that it was just right. Some more early obstacles I've stumbled along the way as I tried to navigate the darkness was on my lowest moments, I always self-sabotage. I had these tendencies for as long as I can remember, and I have suffered from unworthiness. So competitions and evaluations or receiving compliments was a grueling experience for me. Even if it wasn't a safe forum like communities of practice or practice sessions. And it wasn't until I had a mentor help me get over this that I allowed myself to appreciate the importance of feedback, the beauty of being open to receive other people's opinions and constructive criticism of my work. Now imagine if I didn't go through that process, I would have just stayed in the dark, thinking and absorbed in my own thoughts, and thinking that, you know what, maybe I wasn't worthy. And I wouldn't have noticed, let alone pick up all of the gems that my mentor has shed the light on. And eventually, I became open to accept the things that I can work on, but also allowed me to appreciate and recognize my worth as a speaker, as a mentor myself, and generally just as a person who had a voice, and that people might be willing to listen and that I had something to say. So I discovered that the more I sought this mentoring relationship, that I found myself getting closer and closer to the same kind of people that had these lanterns with themselves, each in their own journeys, trying to shed the light for other people. And I noticed that the more I kept doing that, the brighter my journey became. Bright enough to make informed choices, bright enough to take risks, and bright enough to charter my course and journey on. So I guess, ladies and gentlemen, I have one simple thing to say to you, to all of you, and that is thank you for every single one of you who have carried a lantern for someone in their journey. For being willing to share your light on people's journey to self-discovery and certainty, on their roads to healing, on their roads to personal and professional greatness. Because I know in real life, it's not always clear-cut who the villain is, because sometimes the villain is yourself. Sometimes it's not easy to just slay a dragon, especially if you can't see it, or break a curse that you're not even aware of. And remember, even villains are heroes in their own stories, and that's what we're doing every single day. And so we're all heroes in our own way. And like heroes, we sometimes lose our way, and the day can so often turn to night. And sometimes all we need is just a little lantern in the dark. So that's it for me again on this weekend reflection episode. Thank you if you're still here. Please remember to give us a like and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep doing videos like this. Share your comments below as well and tell us who your favorite mentor or coach was and what they helped you accomplish. And remember, if you're traveling in the dark, grab your lantern. Sometimes it may be in the form of another person, Or sometimes you can also be the lantern yourself to somebody else. Until our next video, everyone. Bye!